going on, y'all? I am back at it. I'm working, and guys, I be stressed out sometimes, man. I got this overflow. So I got this machine here. I've been doing a lot of holiday light installations, and of course, if you don't make time for maintenance, maintenance will make time for you. I learned that a long time ago. So I got to do an oil change here, and I can't just keep moving along my day and not acting like I don't have something to take care of. I could pop up at a place and get a quick oil change, but guess what? I got to be hands on, and it's some of those things. It's called a perishable skill. If you don't use it, you lose it. And I want to make sure I can change a tire in the next 5, 10 years. I want to make sure I can, do what I need to do. So I'm out here trying to get it in, get my little oil change in on the F-150. Figured I'd babble with y'all while I work. Yep. So it's been a few busy weeks for me, and I feel like I've been getting too much stuff to take care of. As far as I get a lot of leads in for the business, and I haven't been able to fulfill all the requests because I've done what the crazy part is this. I prepared to get more leads, but I don't think I prepared to do what happens when I get too many. So I'm at a point where kind of tripping to. I'm having a labor issue basically. I don't have a leads problem. I have a labor problem. I need more people to do the thing. Give me a second. Let me get the right tool. Yeah, so I got a labor problem, not a lead problem. I got people that will be more than happy to take care of the stuff that's on the ground, that's easy to do or whatever. But the challenge with like the growing pain for me is trying to hire the right help. Trying to hire the right help. But isn't that everybody's problem, Rob? Yeah, to an extent, but I feel like this line of work doesn't take a huge learning curve, and I ain't gonna say anybody can do it, but a lot of people can. And it's like when the people who I've been hiring, they decent, but what's required is somebody who's proficient at doing it, because I got an overflow that I can't fulfill right now, and it's sad, and it's a short duration of the season, so I'm gonna do what I can, but try not to stress out. We caught some rain the other day, and it makes the schedule stack up, and now I gotta explain to them, hey, you're gonna be pushed to this day. And what happens is, if people keep getting pushed, where can you add new customers at? You're gonna have to really, keep communicating and be real with you. When I'm out in the field, I feel like I don't got time to dial in and communicate with every customer, because the type of work we do requires your full attention. You can't be out here playing and, fall off somebody's roof. These homes are 3 stories, 2 stories, and those pictures are nothing nice. Yes, we got all those tools and stuff like that, but I don't know. I'm the type of person, I go up to a rooftop, I don't have anything in my pockets. I don't even have my phone with me. I usually keep everything out of my pocket, and I just got exactly what I need. Let's see how nasty this oil looks. Oh, it's coming out, and it's hot. Doing an oil change, y'all. You see it coming out? Yes, sir. I figured I'd babble with y'all and talk about how business is going, and sometimes what's required. You got to be doing what's required, This oil change is required. I can't keep moving around without this oil being changed and expecting no problems to pop up. So in the midst of the day. This nice, beautiful dark oil I'm getting out of my engine. I'm about to put some fresh oil in there, reset my thing so I don't have any of these hiccups. I don't want to have to deal with any vehicle issues if I can prevent it. I keep saying this, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you don't make time for maintenance, maintenance will make time for you at the most inconvenient time. But yeah, back to my babble. So I got a labor problem, not a lead problem. And I had an opinion, some conversation, that, dang, that's dark. Look at that crap. But I guess that's what it is when, you know, freaking oil leaking on the pipe. But yeah, I got a labor problem, not a lead problem. I need the right people in place though. I need the right people. I can't keep hiring people that, not to say they're doing the bare minimum, but you know, the time to do these properties that's supposed to take possibly 2 hours. I needed to take 2 hours. It shouldn't take us 8 hours, and we have to go back another day. I'm running into an issue to where I'm actually I'm taking people out on the property to do the job, and we're not getting completed with the property that day, and we're revisiting that same property the next day. In reality, you're paying somebody twice for the same job. Does that job reap that type of profit margin? Did I do bad on estimating it? No. I had an issue to where I literally yesterday I just bought someone who, start to get on the rooftops with it to try to get some comfort on the rooftops. We went to the store. I was like, hey man, since you're gonna be on the rooftops and you're taking initiative to actually get on there without me asking you, I'm gonna go ahead and buy you some shoes so you're safe up there. Because I know how it feels when I have that extra level of comfort of just, not only different tools like the goat, the pitch hopper, the boom lift, tying off, etc., but actually having, some shoes. Like every part is like it's all of it is necessary for me. I'm from Florida. We had single story homes. We didn't have 2 and 3 story homes. Not the area that I lived at. So being up that high, is something I had to embrace. But being that I was introduced to the industry by a pro that showed me all the tools that he used and how he used them, it gave me a level of comfort to make sure I fit it within my budget to make it a non-negotiable to get on these crazy rooftops. And I started out like that. I started out with cougar paws. I started out, this person gave me some shoes. He gave me some cougar paws because he said, man, I think this will help you. So just little stuff like that, man. Like I'm trying to keep my guys safe. But anywho, back to what I was saying. The guy who assumed that, he's taking initiative to be on the rooftop. So I'm gonna, make sure he's straight while he's up there. Bought him brand new shoes. The shoes cost almost $300, guys. Cougar paws are like around 260 or something like that. Bought him some shoes, and he didn't want to get on the roof at all. He said the shoes were too new and they need to be broke in, so he feel like he couldn't move around right on them. So he didn't get on the roof at all. Mind you, I was trying to get him to do the single story part of it, and it seemed like he just, was shook because of the house. And my thing is, we've done some other houses, and he wasn't on the rooftop, but he was trying to take initiative to get on the rooftop. So I figure, if he's gonna get on the rooftop, let's make sure he's safe about it. And if he's gonna be continuing to work with me, I want him to be safe. So if I got this level of safety, I feel like it'll be valuable to someone else as well. So that's what I did. I got him some cougar paws, but then he didn't get on the roof. So that day was just majority of the work and what takes a long time to do, the type of jobs to do. Majority of the work is on the rooftop. We have columns, we got, trees and things like that that we take care of, but for the most part, a lot of that work is on the rooftop, the ridges, the hips, the front roof line, and making sure the material is prepared to go up there. But oh no, I'm been stressed out a little bit because at the end of the day, I don't know, when you get somebody something that gives them more safety and then they don't want to do it, it's like, bro, you should have told me that yesterday or something, or You should have told me that prior to even getting here, or you should have just took the day off. But in hindsight, and I get how we entrepreneurs can be, all in on stuff. I was thinking, man, we've been going at it day after day for over, last 6 days straight, starting at like 11 because we got to wait till the morning dew, humidity, and, condensation is dried up by the sun. So we start around 11, and we usually be getting off almost 11 at night. I know that's a crazy schedule, but we've been doing that for the last few days, and he been rocking out with me. And I was like, you know what? He deserved to be tired. If he tired tonight, get that man a pass. Because if somebody's working at a job, everybody need a break. You know what I'm saying? And just by going home at 11 o'clock at night, going to sleep, waking up, having a couple hours to yourself if you wake up early, and then going out at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock that morning again to be gone for another 11 hours, that can be pretty exhausting. Even though it's fun work and we make people happy and they smile and all that, so it's still a burnout, based off of you not letting your body rest. So I'm a considerate person. It's just, sometimes we get beside ourselves of expecting us out of other people. Yeah, that's not right. So I'm gonna take that one to the chin. My dog deserves a break. He been working with me pretty solid. When nobody, not actually doing exactly what he's doing. So I'm gonna give him a pass on that. But as you guys can see, all my oil is drained out. I see it look like the oil been leaking under here, but I'm gonna make sure I get that dang plug on pretty tight, because I don't know if when I went and got my last oil change they didn't make it tight or what, but I'm gonna make it tight because you got time to be running out of oil by having an oil leak and making stains on parking lots. Alright, give me just a second, guys. Gotta go get me some, I gotta find where I put the plug at, for one. Matter of fact. I don't know where I put that plug at so fast. I hope I didn't put it in the oil pan. That would be just smart if I put that plug inside the oil pan. That would be very smart. It's a lot of oil. And I hope I didn't put it in there. It's crazy, y'all. I don't know if y'all went and tried to get like an oil change over the last, I don't know, let's say 6 months to a year, but man, you paying freaking $100 for an oil change nowadays. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Probably not that much to you, but yes, I'm getting like the people when we think about the prices of McDonald's back in the day. I remember when McDonald's, you can go get a burger for 29 cents on Wednesday, 39 cents. Oh man, I couldn't wait for those days. But with inflation and of course all this great stuff, things get higher in price, and I gotta accept it, I guess. Go with it. But I need to put this thing back on. Put this plug back on. Change the filter. Well, I gotta change the filter while I'm down here now. I gotta get me some gloves. Get me some gloves, guys. I should have had that at the beginning. off that thing. Oil filter. Oh boy, I feel like when I start working on the car, I'm doing stuff when I ain't did it in a minute, and I've been going to the professionals, you easily forget what side is my oil pan plug on. Where's my oil filter located? Like right now, I gotta search down here to find it. And I got my gloves because those things will get a little slippery unless you got the one with the grit on it, which is the ones I prefer. But I think you can only get those at AutoZone. It seems like, I don't know. Like I prefer those ones with the little grit on it because you can grip and twist them easier to put them on or take them off. Oh boy. What's up, y'all? Doing an oil change for somebody who just joined in. Doing an oil change on a vehicle because if you don't make time for maintenance will make time for you. I'm trying to find my oil filter. I was just down there. I got all my oil drain. You usually can see it pretty easy. Freaking truck, man. I need a step stool or something. Oh my, best rapper alive. Just put it down for a second, guys. Bear with me. There we go. That beautiful oil filter. Check me out. That's right. Boom. So this oil cap come off. Where I'm actually gonna put the oil. That's where you check it, the yellow one. And that beautiful oil filter that I was looking for is right down there. So I don't know if y'all can see that. Hold up. Kind of hard to see with this thing being in the way. It's right down there though. You can see it. See it right there? Right there. You can see it. See the body of it. I'm actually gonna go down there and I'm gonna grab it from the bottom because I don't know if somebody got long arms to grab it from the top. I'm gonna grab it from down there and pull my oil pan because it's oil gonna drip from that as well. Just needed to locate it. See my little Home Depot paper here. What up, though? Slide this oil pan a little closer. I feel like my dash be lying, the dashboard, because it said it need to be changed, but it definitely. I'm a bad maintenance person, guys. But, it said it need to be changed, but it looked like there's a fair amount of oil in here to me. All right, you see my hand, and this is the filter right here. I'm gonna go ahead and twist it, a smudge, and it's gonna start dripping, cause that's what it do. And I caught it. Oh, move up a little bit. Boom. You hear it? Came off pretty good. This one has the little grip things on it, but it's smooth. I like the one that's gritty, like sandpaper. And here we go. Boom. I got them. Let it drain a little bit. I'm gonna go get my other filter and go ahead and pop it on while that drains. I'm gonna go get my other filter while that drains. And funny thing is, check this out. If I can get this thing to stand up. Hard to get this thing to stay up. Boom, there we go. There we go. So check this out. I like to use this filter. This is a decent filter, and I feel like this is a standard one, but it has a little ripples on it, where you can kind of twist it. But it's one that they make. They got like a lot of grit to it. It's like sandpaper, and when you twist that one, I'm looking like a here, getting a little late, man. Yep. So I'm gonna take this off. And I'm gonna put a little fresh, some of the new oil around this gasket before I actually screw it on. Use it as like a lubricant to slide on like how it's supposed to. See, and that's why I don't wear gloves. People beat me up about, oh, why do you don't wear gloves for this? Like, that's why your fingers look all blah blah blah. At least that's what my brother-in-law say. See, I got this little cut on my hand here, right here in my knuckles, and I keep getting cuts every day because I'm on the roof, like around my fingers. My skin get all snatched up. I don't be trusting the gloves because they're plastic, and I feel like it'll make me slip. I guess I need to get better gloves. Like instead of the smooth ones, maybe I should get the ones with the grit on it. That way I can grip whatever it is. So I'm about to get some of the new oil and put it around this ring. I feel like it's always been a scam, y'all, when you try to go get the oil to get an oil change, and you have to buy the big jug, because if it's a truck, more than likely it's gonna take I think 6 quarts or whatever, something like that. And the big container is 5, so you always have to buy that extra quart, which is overpriced. It's probably like $10 for that 1 quart versus if you just bought 2 containers. But to each their own. I feel like it's always been a scam. If you don't pay, I think you end up paying about 60 bucks, 50, 60 bucks if you get an oil filter. So the oil is 39 or 32, something like that. Then you get the quart, which brings you up to 40 something. Then you get a filter. You roughly around about 50 bucks, something like that, for like an oil change, typically. And then they got these places where you can go get an oil change and you pay roughly anywhere from, it seemed like the oil change from what I see, even for a car, well, it's a BMW, so I guess they got to put, high synthetic, whatever. But from the truck to her car, it's typically over 100 bucks for an oil change nowadays. And that's at going to like a Take 5 or Jiffy Lube or wherever. It seemed like everywhere taxing. And this dude, he pulled a mean strategy on me, man. And I knew how what he was doing works. And I was like, man. So what he did was, I pulled up and went to go get an oil change, right? And he was like, he came out with a bottle of water. He's like, hey man, how you doing, man? He's like, here man, here's a bottle of water, man. I was like, man, thank you. Like, it's a free bottle of water. He's like, yeah man, how's you, man? How's everything going? The family, everybody's good. I never met this guy, don't know him, etc. But what he was doing was selling himself. Like, I'm looking at him like, dude, you asking me about my family, you gave me a bottle of water. He don't sold me. So if he asked me for anything else, like, hey, by the way, we got this, and I think you possibly would need, maybe new wipers or something like that, or, maybe it was a premium package, oil change, or a flush or something. If he would have tried to sell me that, I know I would have bought it. Unfortunately, they had a little bit of a line. It was like 3 cars in front of me. So when he was talking all this stuff and having this conversation, it was cool, and I was waiting for a minute, and then I told him, hey, I actually not to avoid him or anything like that. I did have to go. I had to pick my daughter up. I think it was like 3 o'clock, and I was there around, it was like 2:30, and I thought I was going to be able to go in and get a quick oil change, but they already had a line, so I didn't want to stay and be late. So I told him to come back, but he had me sold. I'm like, that's the type of person that you'll buy from without even noticing, the things that they did early on to prepare for the sale. He sold me on himself before he didn't even mention anything because he didn't get to, because I didn't make it up to the thing. But if he would have tried to sell me something, I'm more than sure I would have bought it based off of him building rapport. It's a very short time to build rapport, and he did that, and I was like, that's kind of cool. I admired that. I was like, I like seeing people sales at work, and how people, what they do before the sale and what they do after the sale. I feel like they both matter. But I thought that was pretty cool. But on to next phase. I think the thing, I don't hear it dripping no more into the oil pan. I'm gonna go ahead and put some around this for the third time I said it. Then I'm gonna go down and twist this on. That way when I put the oil in, I don't have oil leaking out where the filter is supposed to be. So I'm gonna put the filter on first, and then I'm gonna go put the oil plug back in, and then I'm gonna put the oil in. So it's a little bit of a process, but it's a very simple process for you guys who, you know, never did an oil change on your vehicle. It's very simple. Um, Whether it's a truck, well, sometimes some foreign cars can be tough to access because for whatever reason they put it in complicated places. But for General Motors and stuff like that, they're typically easy to do an oil change on. But let me get back to it. Let me go get that oil. And I don't know why the people set me up. You see, this is the oil I got. This is what I'm gonna put in. And what I said was it requires 6 quarts. This here, it says 5 quarts. You see it at the bottom corner. But then I got this extra quart to fulfill what it requires for my vehicle. But I did know something, that they got the oil for me when I went there. I didn't actually go get it myself. And these geniuses gave me 2 different types of oil. So I don't think I'm gonna put the 5W20 in. So it's full, both of them are full synthetic. Da-da-da, where is it, full synthetic? Where are you? Where are you? Synthetic blend. See that? It says synthetic blend. This one says synthetic blend. So I think I might be okay, but this is 5W20. My vehicle requires 10W30. I think that's just the texture of the oil for the engine or whatever, but hopefully my engine don't blow up because I used a quart of oil different, but the same brand. I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. Put a little bit of this around his lip. I ain't gonna lie, the weather's nice today. Very nice today. I appreciate these days where we got really nice weather, man. Because the last week it was ugly. It was raining. Got behind on work. Then had to communicate with everybody like they didn't see it was raining. I do be hating that sometimes when Mother Nature's playing its role, and then customers act like, "Hey, you're not here." Like what? I do want to figure out a way to incorporate something like that within our CRM, to where it detects the weather, and as soon as it detects it's raining in a specific part of the city, it automatically sends out notifications like, "Hey, due to the expected weather today, the chances of weather today, your project may be delayed 24 to 48 hours." That'll help with some of the communication I got, because not to say I hate talking to people, because I don't. I feel like things won't happen unless you open your mouth to an extent and talk to people. But it can be a challenge. It can be a challenge trying to do it when you got other things that you're supposed to be focused on. So, all right, guys, I'm about to go back down here and put this filter on. Just where y'all seen me take it from, I'm gonna put it back in that same place, new filter, and it better fit, because I don't have time for the shenanigans. Because sometimes you go to places and they give you stuff and it does not work for your vehicle. That's possible. I'm not gonna act like it don't exist. And it. And I am back. Okay. There we go. You see it, guys? It's going on easy and smooth. Almost there. With a little twist. Not over tight. Get a little snug. And it's good. Don't pop off easy. You good. Now it's time to get that oil plug back on. The wife's gonna kill me because I let the oil drip a little bit. We're gonna live though. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. If you hear me, we're gonna be alright. I try to prepare by putting this paper down, right? Give you some points, right? Little points. All right, let me get going, y'all. Got a whole day ahead of me. Got a lot to do. Today I'm rocking solo because I got some things I need to address without people being around, and I need to get stuff done. And I'm over on labor. I'm paying too much for the jobs that's not complete. So unfortunately, if we're over budget when it comes to labor, you got to figure out a way to cut back. And unfortunately, that calls for me to work by myself today, at least for a day or two, because we're paying too much for production that's not being completed. Can't double pay. We cannot double pay But that's part of the growing pain of getting somebody new, training them, etc. But um, you can't just snap your fingers and things work. I got an overflow right now. That's what this video is titled, Overflow. I have an overflow of leads and customers that I cannot get to. I wish I could. I really do. But sometimes we have to know when to say no, and not to say no, but we have to be prepared to be able to commit to what people are requesting of us. Like, people see what we do and they see it, and oh man, that looks amazing. That looks amazing. Like, I don't want to go with anybody else. I want to go with you. Unfortunately, at this time, we can't accept you because we already booked, and that's understandable. Hopefully for a lot of people, I almost dropped the iPad, but hopefully that's understandable for a lot of people. I'm gonna try to make a video on my Facebook business page and let them know that we are booked for the season, etc. Because I'm getting overwhelmed. My head is hurting of not being able to fulfill the work required, and if I'm struggling to catch up after a few rain days and I'm not caught up to par and the schedule keeps stacking, you don't just add people on to the schedule when you can't even keep up with the workload. I learned that mistake before when I was doing a lot of my lawn care and landscape. You overcommit and underdeliver, and that hurts your reputation, it hurts your integrity, uh, all that, all the above. So I'm not gonna overcommit to stuff that I know I can't fulfill because I've been down that road before. That's why I tell people I'm not a volume-based business. But when people hear that, they're like, "Oh, you're thinking small." But to an extent, I'm trying to be strategic about growth, because if you're not prepared with the right people in place, it kind of like you implode basically. Like, just everything starts to fail. From the back office to the front office, etc. Because if all the leads are coming through on the back end, who's handling that? Is it you? Or who is it? Okay, well, you got work to do. Well, who's doing the work? You got a person on the roof? You got a person on the ground? How many people you got on the roof? How many people you got on the ground? Like, it becomes that. And are they getting done? Are they getting done fast enough? Like, all these things we have to question, because it can be a challenge to try to get all that stuff done without thinking it through. Like, I try to wake up on go for the most part. A lot of times, just wake up and get to it, because you got to start somewhere, and when you start, you make progress versus just sitting on your hands. But sometimes we can get us beside ourselves and not take care of the necessities, like the vehicle that you're traveling in. Like, this vehicle, that light came on over a month ago. My wife been on my neck about, make sure you take care of the vehicle, don't run in the ground. And I'm guilty, I ain't gonna lie. I could have been did this oil change. I could have been pulled up to a place and got an oil change done in 15 minutes. But I'm so thinking about what I have to do versus, what's required to even operate, that, I feel like things get neglected like this. So woke up today, I was like, I'm gonna get going. You know what? Let me do this oil change and get it out of the way. That way I can have this behind me and I can, move forward. Because this is something that slows down, the workflow and stuff like that. But I've been on here babbling for a little minute. You guys don't know, I'm a landscaper, aka, Christmas light installer. I'm an entrepreneur, y'all. I got many passions, but I try to dial into just a few to focus on, how I can best utilize them throughout the duration of a year time. For landscaping, I per se, I look for that to be, from my spring to October. You know, that's the time frame I look for that business to thrive. For Christmas lights, November. Well, really, I start in October, but November through February, and basically after February comes March, and that's when the spring season. So this works out well for me, and I'm trying to make sure I just dial in to focus on making it better. Processes, having systems in place, having the right people in place. It is not the easiest thing to do. You know, sometimes you just need to have a conversation with people who can actually help you put those people in place. But I promise you, if it was so easy, everybody would be doing it and it'll be done. And some people, you know, not to say they luck up, but they strategic and they find the right people and they thrive. But I know one thing, you know, if you're trying to grow something big, it's really, really good to take people with you and build them up as you go, because it's, you know, it's hard to go to the top by yourself. It takes a team, it takes people, and you can go fast by yourself, or you can go far with other people. I'm pretty sure you guys heard that before. I think I believe that, you know. So that's enough for today. I've been on here for 40 minutes. If y'all like these little live videos, man, y'all gotta, you know, show some love when you watch it. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit that thumb. It's right there. And that's how I keep making these videos. I can get some more insight on other things. Y'all got any questions? Leave those questions down in the comment section. If it's relative to the Christmas light business or landscape business, rather that's CRMs, meaning customer relationship management software or systems. You know, I like stuff like that. I have a passion for it. If it's relative to online SEO, those things I'm very passionate about. Y'all don't even hear me talk about that stuff often, but if you had to ask any one of my family members or friends, they'll tell you I've always been obsessed with technology and doing things online. But, you know, sometimes, you know, as entrepreneurs, we get pulled in a different direction, at least until, you know, the time comes to where we actually have to utilize those passions and skills that we have for this specific thing. But if y'all have an interest in stuff like that, drop me some comments. You know, hit the like button, and I'll keep making little videos like this. I try to do it when I can, you know, but sometimes, you know, the day gets away. And sometimes I feel like I don't want it to be a hindrance from some progress I'm supposed to be making. So I try to limit when I do these videos, but there's no specific time frame. I'm just kind of off the dome wherever I'm at or whatever I got to handle. I knew I was going to be sitting here doing this oil change, so I figured it'd be convenient to, you know, get you guys an update on how the season's going. The season's going well. Like I said, the video is titled Overwhelmed. Not overwhelmed, but overflow, because I'm having an overflow amount of customers that I can't get to. But I still have to focus on, you know, tasks and little things at hand. But I'm focused on getting caught up and keeping strong customer relationships. And I think I'll be all right. But I think I'm on the right track of not accepting anything new. I actually have a few buffer days coming up here, and I believe those days are going to allow me to be fully caught up, and then I'll be booking into December. Hopefully I can be booking into like December 15th or December 14th and stuff like that for new clients, because being behind ain't a good feeling, and especially when you out working. Like we out working, right? And I got this big old sign in the middle of the road. I got these nice bulbs right here in the middle of the road, and people are like taking pictures and, oh my gosh, I love the elves. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Taking pictures, and now they want service. And guess what? You might be the next door neighbor. Unfortunately, you can't even get on the schedule right now because I have so many other things that I'm supposed to be doing that I can't just stop and go get material specifically for your property and service your property. Unfortunately, to me, that's so dumb. Not to say it's dumb, but it's a good problem to have. But I don't like having that problem because I feel like it makes sense to stack customers with route density being a factor. If you can go pull up and do multiple holiday lighting installations, that's the cream of the crop. That's what people want. So to be not able to actually accept them or get them pricing and stuff like that effectively, efficiently, and I feel like it takes a hit. Um, I may not be able to get them on the schedule this year, and that kind of sucks. That sucks really bad, but I definitely ain't gonna get them on the schedule if I'm sitting around here talking to y'all too much. So I'm gonna get going. Y'all have a good one, man.